Sam, it is nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too. This is amazing.
I don't think we met.
No.
A lot of times in this town, as you'll probably back me up on this, you meet people very quickly and you don't remember meeting them because it's like 6 seconds. And sometimes I'll be like, hey, nice to meet you. And they're like, oh, we met once.
Or
Well,
you know of or know what they're known for.
Well, I know of you and I
Yeah.
know what you're known for.
Yeah.
And I know your music, but we've never met, I don't think.
Well, I've always been familiar with you in a way, not super close, but I know my dad on your podcast. I was familiar with that.
When he walked out of the show?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Everybody in the world sending this to me, they're like, did you see, I know you're busy, did you see your dad did this last week? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he did.
And I respected it, and I've talked about it a couple times since, because all my friends sent it to me, and in the moment, I didn't think much of it. Meaning, people come in. Your dad, obviously, very famous. I didn't realize he wanted to smoke a cigar. Like, I didn't know the real reason. So I'm glad you brought this up, because I may have never even brought this up. Your dad, who I grew up listening to because my grandmother was a massive fan, and so I grew up listening to your dad. And he was coming out. I was like, great. And it was him, and it was one of the guys from Black Keys who was producing the record.
Dan, yeah.
Dan Auerbach.
Yeah.
And so they came in, and your dad just had a big personality about him. And I was like, classic Hank Jr.
Deep breath.
Yeah. And he was on, but I'm okay. Like, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of going back and forth. And I'm like, if this is the game, I'm totally in. I didn't realize somebody told him he couldn't smoke a cigar in the building, and that's why he was ready to get out of there.
Yeah. So that was just like one sentence that damaged everything. That happens.
No, it wasn't even from me.
Sometimes people just do things though. They just do things, and he is one of those people that just does things. And wanting to smoke a cigar and not getting to is probably one of them. But I guess apologies on his behalf. But that's the icon stuff. I guess
none needed.
Right?
I thought that's pretty cool. That's honestly what I thought, because I also didn't back down. But it wasn't like it didn't feel like we were fighting. It just felt like we were both like, all right, well, if this ain't right, we'll just go on to the next thing.
Well, I think he's unfamiliar with like this environment of like doing this type of thing. It was a long time ago that he was more doing that. Yeah. And, used to doing whatever he wants. He would rather be in a deer stand or like something like that, planning where to hunt bear in Minnesota. But, but yeah, everybody would send that to me. Be like, have you seen this? I'm like, yes.
That's so funny. It was really one of my favorite moments, like the last 10 years or so, because
it was real.
It was absolutely
real. There's a
real.
lot that's not real, and at least that's a real moment, right?
And it never felt like honestly angry. Like, I think both of us were just like, all right, cool. I mean, you can go.
Oh, and he got the joke in about there's this much left on a cigar that Uncle Harold used to say. That's like an ism, that's like a always. So at least a few quotables.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I may have forgotten all about that. It is, well, you walked in, you mentioned the lion. We have these lions, but like right when you walk in, I don't know if you touched one of them.
I did not. I didn't know if that was.
Well, they're not like super valuable or anything, but we have these lions by our pool, and they're probably 5 feet taller. So we ordered them. We went to one of these websites, and it was like, they'll deliver it from Atlanta. And my wife wanted these lions, and they were like, they're 300 pounds each. And so I remember it was my birthday, and there were a few of us over at the house, and they delivered these 2 lions that are 300 pounds each. I bet you they weigh 1,000 pounds. We couldn't get them out of the truck. The poor guy who delivered them was like, I don't know what to do. We took us like an hour and a half.
At least,
we had
2 hours.
We couldn't even get them back here. We rolled them out of the truck into the yard and left them for a week.
Dang.
Like, they're that heavy.
You had to get like a whole dolly situation to get it back here?
We had a dolly. We broke the dolly. We had to hire people
oh my gosh,
to come and bring those lions. So thank you for at least acknowledging those lions.
Oh, they're the whole vibe. They're awesome. They're overlooking the pool.
They are, and
at all
they're
times.
basically 1,000 pounds. Crazy. Anyway, I'm going to tell you why I like you and why I've known who you are, why I'm fond of what you do, mostly it's because of how you do it. Meaning, I've always been given crap since my arrival in Nashville because I don't really look like I'm supposed to look. Meaning, especially when I got here, no belt buckle, no cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And even though I'm from Arkansas and spent a lot of my life moving around in trailer park, like I was like white trash redneck country, but I wasn't cowboy, and that wasn't considered real. And I'm in cardigans, and I'm wearing nice tennis shoes, and they're like, well, yeah, you're not country.
Spectacles.
Yeah. Nerdy, great point. Thanks for reminding me I'm a nerdy. Nerdy glasses. But I think that's also, what I've been drawn to about what you do is you kind of, and I mean this in a complimentary way, you kind of don't care.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of natural for me. I don't really care. I think that I have plenty of insecurities that show their face all the time. But, even you, like your sneakers right here, these are Louis Vuitton Off-White, Nike. It's
Look
a whole
at you knowing.
thing.
Look at you knowing that.
And like you've made that cool. People, what's his name? Jesse Frazier.
Yeah.
His shoes are crazy.
Yeah, Jesse got
you know,
a lot of cool
so
shoes.
it's like a cool thing now. So I think that the more people get to like what they like, because liking stuff is cool, and doing stuff is cool, and being yourself is cool. It becomes a little bit more normalized. But I think that sometimes I have to, know that I'm going against the grain. But a lot of the time, I just can't help it. It's just I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna do my damnedest, to do it well. And I was never gonna fit in the preconceived boxes and sonics and image of what is the Nashville standard. And as you're saying, so in music and definitely with my legacy, it's completely compounded by that. But that's why I think I kind of have no choice but to just be exactly myself.
Well, you have the pressure and the bonus of a legacy, right? Like it's not just amazing because there's a lot of it is cool, but there's a lot of pressure to a legacy, like things that people will compare you to unfairly, even if you don't ask for it.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about not using the name?
No. I mean, I think that it'd be fun. I make plenty of jokes all the time about what would my stage name be. But I mean, it's authentic. It's no gimmicks. It's just my name, and I'm glad that I was given my own name. I wasn't a Hank the Fourth or something like that. And I'm sure that my dad and probably wouldn't have wanted me to go into music at all.
He would have rathered you not.
I'm sure, yeah. I'm sure his mom, Audrey, I never met Audrey. She died 20-something years before I was born. I'm sure she would have made sure that I was in music, that I would have been learning, stuff when I was little. So, I mean, I kind of came to not with much musical background, My dad's a whistler at home, talk about the weather, going down the road, humming, not playing records. And this is what I love, not like me and my kid in the car necessarily at all. So I think that it was like a scary thing for me for a long time of if this is something I wanted to do, what would it look like for me? I like Britney Spears and Justin Bieber and JT, So as a kid, I think it was something I very much shied away from. And then later on, it just kind of made sense. For a while, it doesn't. You don't know what you're doing and you're doing something. And then, I think just over the past couple years, it's kind of just all fell in line for me. Like, I get it now. I get what I'm supposed to do and like how to do it. And it feels good. I think that a lot of people probably like me as a writer. You write the most sad music first. I mean, just out the gate with it because it's like dying to get out in a way. And with the new project, I'm definitely able to be able to have fun with my music for one of the first times. Kind of similar, I think, and I've kind of realized to my dad in the 70s and into the 80s of not wanting, he would always reference not wanting to sing those old sad songs, and many things. And Feeling Better even, which is one of my favorites. And then the sound kind of changed. And there was more of a pride and a joy to and a raucousness to the music.
The aesthetic changed too for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Well, I mean, the Mountain Fall did that too. But yeah, all my reinvention comes from Hank Jr. No, not all of it. But I think that, I was very adamant about writing all my songs, writing all my music, and it being something unique. So if somebody didn't like it or they wanted to take power from me because they didn't like what I was doing, that it was still something very real, and I think that's always been my thing. And who knows where my career's going, but like I'll always have that to fall back on. And I think with this project, I'm really having fun with it and been able to, really open it up. And I'm knocking on the ceiling. I feel like with each thing that I do is what I'm trying to.
The Jelly Roll intro is cool.
Yes, yeah. It's from the documentary we did together. Big shout out to Jelly Roll.
That's super cool.
It's super cool, man. I saw him the Opry at the Ryman like years ago. He was there with Ernest and friends with Ernest, and he yelled at me and he's like, "Hey Sambo, when we gonna do that record, man?" And I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, "Oh man, Jelly Roll, he's crazy." Yeah, I should have done that. Still want to, but I've actually, it is a crazy thing what's happened with Jelly Roll. And one of the, one of the really cool things about it is that a lot of it is from an authenticity that he does talk about all the dark stuff and what he came from, even if he's doing something different now.
I was watching your TikTok where you're playing Jelly talking about you, and you're like, "This is my intro." And did you
at rehearsal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of sitting there playing. Where did that come from? As in, did you lead him somewhere to say that? Did you say like what?
I didn't even meet. I've never met him since years ago. We were in the same documentary called Rebel Country. That's like going somewhere, and I think it was about the artists featured in it. What do they represent about being a rebel in country, or what does that mean? And they just I saw it at the screening that he just said that about me. No,
That's like the greatest WWE hype.
yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I want a whole one. I want, like, my dad has in the show all these references. God, I just know all the words to all of them. From country artists like Justin Moore, definitely Jason Aldean or Luke or something. It's all them referencing him in songs, like a mashup. And I want one from Dolly Parton. That's what I need. One of my favorite things is hearing.
You guys have worked together.
We have, yeah. She's on my first album on a song called "Happy All the Time." You want me to tell the story on that?
I would love to hear.
Gosh, it was really crazy. I was making my son breakfast one day. My manager calls with this idea, and she's like, "We got to get Dolly on Happy All the Time." And I was like, "Really? Like, I'm really young. I'm like, you really just kind of ruined my day. Like, I want to dream big. I do. I'm a big dreamer, but come on now." And we just kind of focused everything on it, tried to see any way we could get to her, and it ended up happening through this really amazing, sweet lady that my friend Bobby Tomberlin is friends with. He's an older songwriter here, but he's like a country music history buff. He's the best. And knew someone close to her that does Dolly's hair and has for years. And she just felt this calling to get her this song. She said she'd never given her a song from someone in family or friends in like 30 years. And I made a little package and I wrote a letter and like I typewrote the lyrics of "Happy All the Time" out. It looked a mess, kind of, and I laminated it, but it was cute. Like, it was.
If you laminated it, that's official.
No, like, yeah, I was like, I know Dolly Parton. We're like the same. Like, I'm about to laminate this, and she's gonna think this is a whole thing. I'm sending her a care package and like in Modern Warfare. This is
and she was moved by it,
and she was, yeah. And one time I had to, for her to listen to the song after getting it, I had to drive a boombox from Target in Brentwood to her offices in the rain. I'm like buzzing the gate. I'm like, "Hey, this is Sam Williams. I have this speaker for Miss Dolly that she brought. She said to bring. She has to listen to it on a CD." And they're like, "What?" They finally let me in. I gave it to her. And we didn't meet then. We met later on, but it was just amazing because she was very detailed in asking me. I wrote to her what the song was about to me, and it was really special then. And she asked, "What exactly do you want me to do? What lines would you like me to do? And how should I answer to this?" And it was awesome. I think she's always overly gracious than what is expected or required.
I agree. Yeah, she's been that way to me too, and she definitely has not had to be that way.
No,
because she really doesn't have to do anything anymore.
No,
anything from her comes from her wanting or feeling like a situation deserves her help, especially all the charity work she does too, right?
Yeah.
I feel like when she works with me in any way whatsoever, that's charity. With you, that's art. With me, that's charity.
Yeah, I was appealing to ethos for real. I mean, I wrote to her about the song. I think there was like just some like weird parallels at the time. I'm from West Tennessee. She's from East Tennessee. I come from money and this big, big legacy, but a lot of tragedy at the same time. They just dance together. And she came from, kind of nothing and built something incredible. And, we talked about that some. And she was she was hard on me though, like a little bit stern. "Why haven't you done this? You should have did an album like this."
Was it advice?
"What are you doing?" Yes. But it was advice, but it was Dolly Parton business advice. It was mega. So I was terrified. And she's just, I think that she leaves such an impact. That's the thing.
Growing up, was there music around? You say your dad wasn't, you used historian for describing somebody else.
Mhm.
was there a bunch of music accessible to you, or was it because his life was so much music, and your grandfather's life was so, and your sister, like a lot of your family does music. Was there no music because it was so much music?
To be honest, it was more like that. I mean, my dad had shows. He had shows in the summer. He does this most of the time. I mean, when I was little, it was probably different. But, I think that playing guitar and writing songs in 20 minutes and, rowdiness probably phased out by the time I was 5 in 2002, at least on his side, So, I mean, I think that there's probably a lot of unsaid blockage there, for all of us. He didn't get to grow up with his dad, and people don't really know that. They just think that, and he didn't. And my dad was a lot older when I was born. I'm from Paris, Tennessee, so I came from a really small place. Just drove from there this morning.
You're still there.
No, I went back to grill steaks with my friends, and my son wanted to fish, and yeah. So, I mean, it's nice. A lot has changed, but we still have a piece there and a place there. So, I hold on to that. But no, I mean, I think that my dad he doesn't talk about music and listen to music. He talks about guns. He loves guns. History of guns, making bullets, this war, fall off a mountain in Montana, Mozambique, one time, this grizzly bear. That's what my dad's vernacular is, he's a performer to everyone else, not all the time. So I really was able to draw inspiration from music from whatever I exposed myself to, which was a lot.
When did you start learning music? At what age?
Like to sing?
Yeah,
and to write?
like to actually create, more so than just hearing songs.
I mean, I just would do weird stuff as a kid. I told my mom I wrote Lucky by Britney Spears for her. And I was singing it for her. My sister came running down the stairs, my late sister Katie, and she was like, "That's a Britney Spears song. That's my favorite song. He didn't write that. I'm the one who played it for him." I was so upset and sad.
That was kind of a jam, though. Isn't she
I love that.
lucky?
This is a story. Yeah. So, I mean, I never got technical with it then. I actually moved to Nashville at 14 and lived here for a semester, my first semester of high school. And I thought I was going to take voice lessons, start doing stuff. And I didn't want my time to run out. Like, I think I'm scared of failure. And I always have been since very young. And I was like, everybody's doing stuff. I have to be doing stuff.
You moved here at 14. What do you mean? Who did you live with?
Me and my mom lived here.
Got it.
And it was just 6 months, and I went back home, and it was kind of a lot. I wasn't really ready for it yet. I wanted to be. I wasn't used to living around a bunch of like rich kids and stuff either. It was strange to me.
Were you the rich kid in Paris?
Yeah, for sure. And that comes with it. People don't like that, I grew up like very used to that, but like.
But were you known as the rich kid, or was it obvious you were the rich kid? I think there's a difference. Like, did you dress
probably both
nicer? Do you have nicer stuff than everybody else?
Not as like a little kid, no. But like I just have like a outlandish fashion taste, and always kind of have, and that was the experimental period. So, and I do like cars, but like no, I mean I think that
cars.
Yeah, I was like as a kid when I turned like 11. All I talked about was my first car for 5 years.
What was your first car?
It was a 2008 BMW X5 from Gadsden, Texas, and it was tan metallic, and it had big rims and brown mahogany inside. I was like really planning on balling out. And
why that car?
Why that car?
Yeah, he said you're talking about it for 5 years. I don't know if that was the same car through all 5 years.
Oh no, I was just annoying. I was like talking to my dad all the time, like, can't wait to get a car.
Why'd you pick the BMW?
I tried to get a hardship license. I just really liked the color. It had a secret compartment on the dashboard that I thought was cool. And it had like the big flaps on the back, the older big bass like X5s, and the big mufflers kind of on it. And it was just super dope to me.
You still like cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have enough money to,
Well, now I'm confused.
To flex my car
taste. You had
taste.
money, but now you're saying you don't have money.
No, I mean, as a kid, I grew up, with my
but where's
parents.
the money now?
Oh, I mean,
Don't look around.
I'm trying to find it. I try to find it.
So you're saying there's just not a bunch of money that's fed to you all the time now?
Oh no, I don't. I think a lot of me and Holly. I don't know if you know Holly.
I've met Holly.
Me and Holly have this conversation all the time. Sometimes, like people think that we just like were born and just ate hey good looking Cheerios and just freaking family tradition till the cows went home, and that's not it. My dad's like a frugal frugal man born in 1949. It was a different world then. That's like what he said about the cigar. But no, I mean, my dad obviously helps me in ways and has been there for me in many ways before. But I mean, like all my dad's kids have been on our own thing.
When did you kind of have to go out and do it yourself?
Probably about, I mean, kind of always. But my son was born when I was 19, so it was a little bit different then. But I got a publishing deal when I had just turned 21, so it was about then. So I'm jealous of people with the Lake Martin lake houses and the big boats. I went on a big boat recently the other day.
Big boat, like a lake yacht?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. So I'm trying to get one of those one day. So right now I'm making my fun on the lake kind of songs. So I'm walking that direction.
That's the goal. Big boat.
Yeah, kind of. But like I just grew up on the lake. It's not even really a materialistic thing. Like,
what about guns? You want
just
guns?
a sun dancer. No. Mm-mm.
Do you know a lot about the history of guns? Because my stepdad was obsessed with the Civil War. And was obsessed with like 1960s baseball.
My dad's obsessed with like the Civil War. I don't know enough about the history of guns. I know more about like the history of the world and like international affairs than I do. That was what I brought a liking to.
What kind of student were you?
I was a really exceptional student for kind of always. And then by high school, I had gotten into the places I wanted to go, and I just kind of stopped. The dream died for a minute. And then I ended up going to school here in Nashville, and for a few years in entertainment industry studies, whatever that means.
Yeah, what does that mean? It's just a way to be able to come to Nashville and commit and go to school when really you're coming to Nashville to actually do entertainment. That's what I feel like it is for a lot of my songwriter friends.
I think it's just when you just don't know what you're doing yet. Some people are just in an incubation period for too long, and they're just in that for too long. But I was just doing anything. I mean, before I was really, really writing, I remember my first year at Belmont taking a songwriting course, and I didn't really know what I was doing at all. And I don't know, though, like looking back, that was kind of the beauty of it. And when I work with people like that are more esteemed, like a John Paul White or Jim Lauderdale, or people respected for their writing, they kind of celebrate that blank slate-ness approach to making music. And like just even writing the other day, like I don't like to write the titles. I come in and see what I find and what I get to, and it's a lot of conversation into what's the message and what's the feeling, and to get what I want to say. And I think that you take pieces of everything that's inspired you, and I just kind of tend to like to create in the moment. And I think maybe that changes at some point. There's always like a weird evolution to the creating, I think.
Country Star, Act 2. What's up with the acts? Why are they not different records? Like, really, I don't know, why are you doing it like that?
What's up with all the podcasts?
No, I hear you, but I label mine different for different reasons.
Oh, okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, there's a creative aspect.
Yeah, is the act like
but also
the same show, but it's different parts of this? I guess that's what my question about the record is. Like, in your mind, creatively, why did you name it and separate them like this?
I had too many songs. And to not be a big artist, I'm not on country radio. I'm not supported by like a lot of the big boys here. So, I mean, I had a lot of songs and a lot of creativity, and it's like, where do we go? So I think that I kind of created this idea to show a different side of me in each thing, and try to build a world, 3 different worlds out of the different music I make. Because that's kind of always been a thing too, was that not was just Sam being himself, but Sam's being so himself. Like this sounds nothing like this. And we like when he sings the sad ballads. So let's do that. And I think that I was dying to grow, and I'd made songs like No Problem. And then when I had written Country Star, I was like, I think this is a whole thing, and we gotta like, I want to spread this out and introduce my music to people in a few different steps, and get to show them different sides of me because nobody else is gonna do it for me. I can't wait on one moment to launch my career and then do everything after. I think it's just industry's changed. So I think that with Act Two, truthfully and creatively, I'd say the projects kind of revolve around fear. Scarlet Lonesome from last year, it's more fear of losing love, losing someone, not finding yourself, kind of the figuring it out. And Country Star is more so the chaos of, fear of failure, fear of not being yourself. And, I think that there's a lot of like chaos and mania that comes with the hard parts of life and figuring out who you are and trying to do it on purpose. And I wanted to embrace all the different sides of me. And I kind of naturally have a tendency to the darkness get into my music somewhere, even when I'm trying not to. So I think songs like Killed a Man in Tennessee, that's a song that's on Act Two. There's hip hop in it and I'm singing all over it and stuff. And it's kind of just me creating something new, and I'm getting to take ownership of some of my story that hasn't fit into the rest of my music so far. It's not all sadness that's in me. And I think there's a lot of it, but people see that on the product, what I put out, more than the joyous and kind of driven and dreaming side of me, and that gets to come out here.
Who are your favorite artists?
Ooh.
Of all time.
You going to give me guidelines, or I just start?
No, I would just say, and you can even do ages, because I think the artists you listened to growing up shaped you, even if you don't realize they shaped you. I think about that because when you say Brittany Lucky.
As a kid, I really loved Britney Spears, probably early. Cheetah Girl stage. Loved Chris Brown. Justin Timberlake, for sure. I had the Justin Bieber haircut when he came out, and it was a problem.
You had the bang flop.
There was an early jealousy there, and I was like, "Is he hot? Do I want to be him? Like, what is this?" And I've kind of always, I love Justin Bieber too. I think I really loved Tyler Childers when he'd first kind of come out right before Purgatory and after that. And that shaped a lot of my voice kind of at the time and the writing I was doing. Because I think, moving here probably ages 18, 19, 20, I was just trying to absorb writing as well. Like, try to listen to a Joni Mitchell record. I love Lori McKenna, songwriter. Like, what did her earlier songs sound like? What do people's songs sound like that never came out? I listen to a lot of hip-hop music. So, I think my favorite artist now would definitely be... I'm a big Barb. I love Nicki Minaj. It's like the creativity, the invention, the determination. And so 2010s hip hop, Drake, Nicki, Wayne. I love J. Cole. But on a daily basis, I probably am one of those more nostalgia listeners that is listening to like your older favorite songs. Yeah. Me and my son do a lot of Sean Kingston, old Sean Kingston. I throw in some random Hank Williams sometimes, just to...
You try to teach him?
To get it in there. Teach him music?
About who great-grandpa was.
Oh, yeah. He has plenty of questions. So, Honky Tonkin' is the song on Act 2 that's coming out.
That you did with...
Yeah, I'm singing
Hank
with my grandpa.
Yeah,
I did it. Yeah, we were in the studio.
Yeah, I don't know how to refer to him. Like your grandpa or Hank Sr. or... Yes.
Yeah,
because I watched you the announcement of you talking about it, and I've seen some stuff where you're like, "Hey, I'm going to do this." Was that emotional at all?
No, it would be for me, if it does well, probably. But I've done some stuff I covered "I'm So Lonesome" I Could Cry, and that was really, really special to do because it was very reimagined and new chords to it, just kind of a new thing. And Honky Tonkin', I wanted to do something fun and exciting and have another record on Act 2 that, ties pieces of my story together. There's just a lot there. And I want to do something that was kind of campy and that was fun and not, I'm not trying to have a songwriting exercise competition here. And I do that too much. I want to do the perfect little anecdote, and it actually wrote a couple of different versions of Honky Tonkin' and came to one that just felt like the perfect amount of quirkiness and polish, but, also just fun. And the tag and the pedal steel feels so long ago, so 75 years ago. And it also sounds like, the music being made nowadays. And with, I think, my son with Hank Sr., he has more questions about, did Pop sing the national anthem at Super Bowl this, a little bit more of that.
And Pop's your dad.
Yeah.
Which is his grandfather.
Yes.
Yes.
My dad goes Pop for most grandkids. So, I mean, he has many questions, but it's a lot to understand for him, I think. There's a lot of loss in my family, and there has been from long time before me and a lot since me. So I think it's probably a lot to take in. But, I mean, my dad was on Post Malone's album. That was the coolest thing ever to him. He's like, what did they do? I'm like, I don't think they met.
He's got a pretty cool name.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that, he does a great job with it. I think I do pretty great with it now. It's a lot of pressure, but as a kid, it was like typing on Google. It was scary.
Did you? Yeah, I guess you could find out stuff on Google.
Yeah. Google was around in, I guess, 2007. I was 10. Yeah. One Google, I was like, how many results? No.
You're Tennyson?
Yes.
Where's the name come from?
It's actually a writer, Alfred Lord Tennyson. He's a British poet a long time ago. Like the Lightning Brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I think I was trying to have him pass the Supreme Court justice test. Like, is it that interesting?
Do you want him to do music?
No, I don't. I think he could be great probably at anything he'd like to do, and he may want to, but...
Do you think your dad felt exactly the same way about you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now do you understand
My dad
that?
used to say, he's going to be a senator all the time.
Never had the desire to be a senator?
I did, though.
You did?
Yeah, I sure did. I totally wanted to do that.
Why? Well, it's not like past tense. You still can't do it. You're still very young. But why?
I guess nowadays you can do whatever you want.
You just say it and then you can do it.
Boom.
Yeah. So you still maybe want to do politics?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how I look at 39. If it's really given politics, if it's really given like
39.
If it's given like House of Representatives,
Yeah.
and microphone and suits and tailored suits, then we might just have to do it.
You like being on stage?
Yeah.
Do you love being
And
on
I like
stage?
when people know what they're talking about. I don't like when people have no idea what they're talking about.
I don't understand. Keep going.
Like, everybody has a microphone and platform a lot nowadays. There's an oversaturation to it. And that's in more than just, commentary. It's in everything. I don't think it would have worked out, though, if I would have been a senator. My dad would have been really mad if it would have worked out for
Because
me.
it doesn't align?
Yeah, it would have just been a disconnect. It would have been like, storm the Capitol. It would have, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel yeah. How many shows are you doing now? Are you playing a bunch? Medium?
This summer, it has been. Like, CMA Fest just happened to be really, really busy. And I just had the Opry the other night, kind of last minute, and trying to plan some stuff around the album coming out. But the rest of the year is a little bit open right now, and it's figuring out the rest of music, everything just that I'm working on. And I'd really love to get a tour for the end of this year, but I don't have anything announced right now. Slammed.
Where do you feel you can be the most creative? And I'll give you an example. Mine is
Setting?
Mine is the shower because I have no phone. I would, but it'll get wet, so I can't. I don't have my glasses on. And it's like the only time and only space I have where really nothing can get to me. And it's where my mind is the freest. And I come up with mostly bad ideas.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, one of them's pretty good. Like mine is the shower. That's where I'm probably inspired the most. Where is it for you?
Well, I think the most to just songwriting, and I'm just on the ground. Like I write pen and paper, so or highlighter and paper,
You still
whatever
write
I
pen and
got.
paper?
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I say still. You probably always written pen and paper then, huh?
yep.
Why
hmm
why why not a laptop? Why not your phone?
Um, mm, I don't know. Oh, I like to make like it's just about placement. I'm a visual learner. I have to make a whole like it's just I don't know how to describe it, but if I'm writing like a lot of words, I don't know if I'm going to use these words or what they mean. Like I got to make like a bubble type map and look at them and figure out how I'm putting them together and what am I actually saying. But that's to do with music though. Like actual good ideas for life, I have no idea where I think of those, but I want to figure out.
Can you write by schedule? Meaning, I'm going to write at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and at 10 a.m. you sit down and you write.
Not alone. No. I mean, I have co-writes all the time. So, like, yeah, it's my job.
So
But
scheduled writing with others, but if it's just yourself,
uh, I wouldn't do as well. No. Mm-mm. It'd be more when am I, like, actually, aha, you know? I think by myself, it would just feel more forced. It's like, you need to have this piece of content up at this time, blah, blah, blah. And you need to feel like this in it, you know?
do you feel the constant pressure to constantly produce content?
You don't understand. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you do. But when you haven't had like big moments yet, like this is just a different thing now, you know. It's not all about the just making music anymore. Um, it's about what are you? And believe me, like I do my best to be me as I can. But you know, you got to be very out there. Some of my friends like are the big like Lana fans. They're like, "Oh my gosh, dude, if Lana had to like come out now with like everything that we do, I don't think she would have wanted to keep at it for long enough to become like a legend." And you know, it's just kind of staying the course. What are you gonna do? I'm always complaining. My manager's like, "You just gonna give up, Sam? You're gonna give up because your video?" You know, it's just a lot bigger than that. But we get bogged down with a lot of the stuff now. That's like it's just the noise.
Do you feel? I guess there are a couple ways you could feel about this. At times, I know that I feel annoyed if I have something I'm really happy with and proud of, and I post and it doesn't do anything, and
Mhm.
that can be frustrating. It can be very frustrating. Like I put a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort. I'm like, man, I think this should really do well, and it doesn't. That's frustrating.
Hell yeah, it is.
But then there are times where I do the stupidest thing, and it's like I look down, it's got 1.1 million stupid views, and that's cool and all. But I'm like, I really there's the stuff I want to matter to
Yeah.
matter. Do you? I get frustrated by
It's
that.
probably it's like always the thing that you're looking forward to, that you worked to like announce or like do. And it's like, yeah. You know, that is definitely frustrating, but I mean, I don't know. It's like what are you gonna do? I think me and my team probably have conversations like this all the time. Because I want to give people, you know, different worlds of music, different sounds, different looks, you know. I'm real in tune with my fashion and image and what am I saying and how does it, you know? And I think that it's just so damn fast now that like a lot of that doesn't even catch up with people. Um, it's just a different time. I think the people that are amazing at it, I'm like astounded by. Like, how do you do this? Like, just never miss a beat in a way. I've been really proud of Dasha. You know, I mean, Dasha's one song. I knew Dasha a little bit before, you know, before the song, and her whole life is like, you know, craziness now, and it's running with it, and she's done a really awesome job at it, and I think that a lot of people don't get credit for when you do get something, and you got to handle your whole life, you know, from there. I don't know.
I think where part would be frustrating that it doesn't pop, what you just said there is kind of the hope is that there really isn't like a single gatekeeper anymore and anything could pop off at any time,
hmm
literally.
Yeah,
And your life could be changed in 3 days because something catches and it spreads. And then there's the spotlight on you by
it's
the people that
crazy.
want to invest in you. And yeah, it really could all change like that. And the only way to actually make it change is to keep working.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that you know, I probably like everyone else, sometimes let the fear and anything else get in the way of, trying to subscribe to that. I think adding honky tonk into my project was like, I'm going to do something fun and it's my legacy and I'm going to say stuff that they're going to be like, why did he even say that? Just because that's just how I am. And, that was like a fun thing to add to this. And I have another album coming out after, and it's like, yeah, I may not be the best at making TikToks all the time and like trying to make them swaggy or sexy or like so funny, haha. I'm just not really like that. I don't know. I can't find the time in the day to. I guess I'm busy and it's just a new thing. I kind of feel old like trying to get it, and I'm not. But I know I'm good at the making music and the telling a story and the, taking someone somewhere different when they're listening, So I mean, I think maybe this will blow over in a couple years. No, I don't think it is it?
You still in the fashion?
Yeah. Yeah.
Power rank your favorite brands?
My favorite brands?
Yeah, I'll match you one for one.
Okay, I mean, I have like cheap favorite brands too. Back into Old Navy again.
But if I were to say you get 5 unlimited for a whole day, what brand do you go to first? It could be any brand, and any clothing brand.
I wear a lot of Fix clothing. It's in London. These are Fix.
The jeans.
Yeah, probably this shirt too. These are like a Rolling Stones collection. Okay, I'm gonna think of right now today. I want
like you get one store. You get to go into any store and have everything you want. Because for me, it's probably like Bottega.
Okay,
that's probably my number one.
I don't have anything from there, but I would go to Christian Dior because I like the vibe.
And the resale is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the saddlebags.
I've always wanted one of those. I've gone in there and looked at one so many times knowing I was not getting it, just to recheck it real quick.
Like the dude saddlebags?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Oh, and just the little ones. I just kind of like them.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put in a dumb one and say Tractor Supply, because there's so much I could get in there and have someone help me put at my house.
Where Tractor Supply's fun is they have everything. People think it's like, if they don't know it's not a tractor store. Tractor Supply has everything.
They do.
Yeah, it's like you're going into Kmart.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of everything.
And I just like their corny Southern kind of like stuff out there. I'm like, oh, this windmill with a cow, love it.
It does have Cracker Barrel vibes in part of it.
Well, I'm just in that era of my life. I'm sure one day if I'm, rich and have something else, I want my house to look like this lion out here. But for right now,
you don't want the lion.
Yeah,
get a plastic one. You don't have to worry about how heavy that thing is.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could use some accessories, so I'm gonna go Swarovski. I used to like that as a kid.
Yeah,
I used to always get like a pen, and I was obsessed with my pen.
It's like crystals.
Yeah,
yeah. That's cool.
And I'm blanking kind of so much today, but I've never had anything from Marnie.
Yeah,
so that'd be fun to go look at, I guess.
I got a couple of these from Marnie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
See, I'd want some of those fuzzy ones that I'm never washing. I'm never even put them somewhere for someone to get clean. I'm really bad at laundry.
You send them to the dry cleaner though. That's where I do anything that I'm scared of it, like getting messed up.
Yeah,
right to the dry cleaner.
Yeah.
I take it off right when I get home, hang it right back up, because I don't want to have to send it to be cleaned at all, because it loses like generations of wear.
Yeah.
But then every once in a while, you got to send it in.
I was in a rush here and didn't know what I was going to wear. I was calling somebody, and my son's in the car, and he was like, okay. And I'd like to wear this Old Navy blue and white kind of floral jacket with blue and white Versace sneakers. And he had it all together. And he was like, this and this, are you going to wear that? And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, but it is good.
Talk to me for a second about Versace. It's just too loud for me.
Most of stuff from Versace I wouldn't like, but like one thing, like I have like sneakers or like Odyssey that I really love. But if it was like print, I think they make more beautiful, interesting stuff. I think the fashion house is more, it's more women, Versace's men's stuff isn't as strong as the women's and the accessories.
I feel like I need to be selling cocaine in Miami.
They need to be?
Me, if I'm wearing Versace.
Yeah.
If I'm wearing men's Versace, I need to be on a jet boat selling cocaine in Miami.
Or like 2015 in the Migos though.
Fair enough.
So
That too, but I'm not that. Look at me. I'm the opposite. of that. Well, look, I'm super pumped for you. Why'd you put Honky Tonkin' out last though of all these songs in this project?
Actually, I mean, I made it last, and
well, that makes all the sense then.
hopefully, it's just save the biggest bang for last.
Yeah.
I guess. And I mean, I want to get all my videos done for the project and everything, and let people rock with stuff. Putting Country Star out first was definitely like I wanted to make it clear this is a new thing, and get people to see that it's a kind of a new world of music for Act 2 with Country Star first. And I think Honky Tonkin is just like the nice bow to it to me.
Was that the most? Is that well? Because it hasn't out yet as we're talking about it, but it will be by the time we're talking about it. So I guess I'm talking about it in present tense, like it's already out. So that's why.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. Was this the most excited you were of any of the songs to come out on this project, Act 2?
I am really, really excited about it. I was really excited about Country Star too, because I was like, yes, like I need people to hear this.
We named the whole thing after it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the world of it. But I think that this probably is the most exciting because people love it or hate it, and I already know that. I'm not even looking at the comment stuff yet, but like people love it, and they're like, I love this creativity of this kid, and like doing something brand new with something big that was put on him, and doing a good job of it. And some people are gonna be like, Hiram's rolling in the grave, and that's okay. It's okay. Because I had fun with it. And the people that rock with me, I think that they know it's a super fun record.
I'll tell your dad to say hello.
All right. I'm gonna tell him.
He probably doesn't even remember that day.
No,
it wasn't like a very eventful day. I mean, it wasn't like both of us left going, what a crazy day that was. I think the virility of that video ended up being bigger to me than I ever expected it, because it wasn't like some crazy moment. I was like, well, that's Hank. He wants to go. All right. He's got a big personality. That's his big personality. That's really how I felt about it.
I mean, I've been around that for 28 years. So like, I don't know. I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, well, tell him I said hello.
Okay, I sure will.
I've never been less of a fan because of it. And people have asked that. And it gets brought up occasionally because that thing just continues to like live lives. And I'm like, love him just as much as I did before.
Hey, Bobby Bones said, you're welcome. And if you can have a cigar, if you want one.
You can have one anytime you want around me. Have no problem with it.
Bring your own.
Yes, yeah. Sam, good to meet you, man.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you.
And so I'm not crazy. Your name, it's a V in Williams, right? And
on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's V in place of an A.
Yeah. Why'd you do that?
Honestly, it was a long time ago when I made the account, and it just felt cool to me. And me and my half-brother Shelton aren't close. He's not close with a lot. And, we're the same generation, except he's definitely a generation older than me. But technically, we're both my dad's sons. And I think it meant something like that to me then, but that's just how it is. So if I need to change my Instagram name...
Have they told you to change the V to the A so people can find you?
I don't care. They should just see my face and be like, oh, that's the guy. Like,
yeah.
That's clearly the guy.
Sometimes that picture's real little, though. Because when I was looking up all your stuff, I was like, is this him with a V on it? So then I had to go in.
Why's it got to be in black and white?
Yeah. Congratulations on the record.
Thanks so much, man.
Like,
Thanks for talking.
If you feel good about it, like, that's the win.
Yeah. I mean, I need people to rock with me and stream it, but it's about also finding your audience. It wasn't easy for me here to not be the same cut of cloth. That's the more accepted deal. That's the deal. So, it's risky, but, hopefully worthwhile in the long run.
Sam Williams with a V on Instagram. Sam Williams, where the A is. So Sam Williams.
Williams.
Williams.